Heal, heal to the I and I. Heal, heal to the I. Primal light. One true light. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining. Thank you for clicking this video. Thank you for wanting to know more. Today I am going to just talking about this time to dissolve the I ego false self. It is time to return to non-duality. It is time to return to the I ultimate true state. So right now I want to to the I self. Primal light. Primal light. I self supreme. I am that I am. I want true, pure self. Primal light. I am that I am. I am that has no name. I am that I am. I am that can't be explained. I am that I am. I am formless. I am timeless. I am limitless. I am boundless. I am that I am. I self supreme. Soham. Hail, hail to the I want true self. All is myself. I am one with all. All is myself, and I alone exist. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am victorious. I am triumphant. Victory, 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 victory. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am in alignment with the I want true pure self. Victory, victory, victory. All things hidden will be made known. All secrets will be revealed. No more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. All the I ego, all the I ego false selves wearing bodies. All the I ego false self not wearing bodies that have been holding us in ignorance, in a trance inside of this dream. Keeping the I truth in secret, hiding everything that is to be made known to all of the Ionize. What have they been doing? Hiding and keeping secrets, keeping the truths of the I existence, of the I true self hidden. And that they have been spreading lies and propagandas. And they have been doing a lot of evil and atrocities. And say that they have impunity and no one can bring them to justice. But I am here given the destiny to dissolve all the I and I egos and I and I ego false selves. And to call for liberation, to liberating all the Ionites, and to tell all those ones who have been claiming that they have imminent domain over this existence, this that the Ionites have created, and they claim impunity against no one can bring them to justice. But I am here to tell you this. All of those things are run out for you. No longer will you have no impunity that those dualities, those ego, evil aspect of myself I've given you and told you that you have eminent domain and impunity against all wrong that you have done. But I am here to tell you that that is a lie. You must come to the knowing of justice for all the evil that you have done. You must look at it and see the atrocities that you have done, and you must make right. You do not have any impunity. No longer will you keep us in ignorance and under tyranny and bullying. No longer. The time is now. The time is now for balance, for harmony. The time is now. And so it is time to move from duality state, from the sleeping, dreaming state, to non-duality, to the restoration, the restoring of the eye light. The eye is in darkness, the eye is in ignorance, and following the delusions of this mind. And it is time now for the I and I to awake from your slumber, from your ignorance, from your self-ignorance, and from dwelling into this delusional mind. Duality. Duality is the state that I and I is wearing a device, the mind, the duality consciousness. The I and I is wearing this device. The mind device is the consciousness. And the consciousness is the aspect of the I self, parent self, the masculine, amen. And so this duality consciousness is created from the masculine of amen, and it is a device that is created so that when you wear the device, you go into the mind. Is in a sleeping, dreaming state, and it is dreaming up this creation. It is dreaming up this existence. Once you wear the device, you are a participant into the dream creation. And so this duality is how the ego arises from the consciousness, because consciousness goes into the sleeping, dreaming state, and now the ego arises because the consciousness and the light is indivisible. Consciousness and the self is indivisible. And here to create this dream existence, the light is being obscure from the consciousness. The light is being obscure in the self. This is the reason why we are in this dream. We do not know that we are sleeping inside of a dream. We do not know that our light is being obscure. Many do not know that they are light. When you mention being illuminated, they think it means the Illuminatis. Those people who are claiming that they are Illuminatis, they are in darkness. They are doing a lot of evil. They are not even illuminated. They are light stealers. All they do is the feeding off of you, stealing your light. This is what they are doing. And you need to stop allowing them to do this. So if you connect back to yourself and be and turn on your light, then they can no longer use your light and use you. They're harnessing your energy and using your light. This is what they are doing, calling themselves Illuminatis. No, they are evil, doing a lot of evil. They have no light. They are light stealers. Okay? And so the duality is the ego. It's the false self that the I and I is dwelling in and experiencing through this duality right now. The duality is creating slavery for the self, and so the consciousness, the mind, enslave itself, transit inside the sleep, the dream, and tell it that it does not exist This is why everyone is confused and they're thinking that the consciousness is the real and the self is the dream. And this is the lie that this mind has been telling, because it has put itself in sleep and is there to trick and deceive everyone. And it has created this ego false self that everyone is dwelling in right now. Everyone is in the ego false self and they think that this self is real. I mean, you should see that this body, people are coming and going out of this body. Where are you that animating this body? Have you ever seen yourself? Do you see yourself animating this body? It is time to turn your lens from outward to inward to find yourself. Yourself is here being obscure and you cannot find yourself. It is time now to move from this duality, from chaos, from darkness, from ignorance of self, from slavery, from the dream, from the being asleep, from the sick, delusional mind, from doing evil, from all the craziness that the INIs are doing inside of this world. It is time to stop it. It is time to move from all of this crazy behavior, this madness, this craziness. Illuminate yourself and turn your light on. What is non-duality? Moving from duality, non-duality, you awake from the sleeping, dreaming state. You come into alignment with your self-truth. Your light is on. When you're in duality, your light is turned off. You have no light because the consciousness, this mind, the ego is obscuring you and you are existing in a false self. You do not know yourself because the self is sleeping. This is the confusion for everyone because they want to know, how can I be sleeping? No, you are inside of a dream, in many layers of a dream. The mind is sleeping. The self is sleeping. The mind is having this dream awareness, but yourself is sleeping and have unawareness. It is trance into this dream, and the mind is telling it that the dream is real. This is why so many of the INIs are so confused. And so the time is now when we have to move from this state of sleeping state, sleeping, dreaming state, darkness, slavery, false self, not knowing the truth, being confused. Why are we confused? Sometimes you can figure something out, and you know it, and in a couple days this mind will confuse you again. It is the mind that is the problem. And so it is time to move so you can know truth and you can know that it is the mind that is always deceiving the eye. Move to self-unity, to balance and harmony, liberate the I self. It is time for the real, because we have been entranced and entrapped inside of a dream. We are inside of a prison. The mind has trapped us inside here. We cannot escape this cycle. This is this loop that we've been going on. We come out of the body, we go into the underworld, we come back again in a new body, and this cycle have been going on, and no matter, this world have been destroyed many times and being recreated, but this mind was never taken off because it is a big challenge to take this consciousness off, as you see how it is deceiving you. And so this is the reason why when the world gets extremely horrible, the self always destroys it and create a new world. But this time it is going to be different. The I self want all the ionize to know truth, because you have the opportunity now to come awake, to move yourself from duality with awareness, and you can see yourself. Finally, you can have experience of yourself, not the dualities. Those gods that you have been interacting with, they are the dualities. They too, they are the ego, they are the false self. They have been holding us in slavery. They are in darkness. This is the reason why God could never solve any problem we have as humanity, because God himself is in darkness. God is chaos. God is the dream. God is the one that is dreaming of this world, is wearing the mind, this consciousness that we are wearing. God is wearing the same ridiculous mind that we are wearing. God suffer from mental sickness. Why you think so many of the gods them do so many horrible and horrendous things? It's because they are wearing the same mind that we have, and they are following and doing everything their mind tells them to do, because they think that they have superiority over us in the body. Just like how some of the human beings claim that they have superiority based on their skin tone. It is the same situation. The gods gave them this prejudice. Believe me, the gods give human beings this prejudice that they carry around with them, and give them. They claim that they have impunity to do atrocities and evil because God told them, give them authority to do this. But I am here to tell them that all this impunity and the imminent domain, they have to do whatever they want to do into this earth, and claim everything for themselves, and all the rest of the I and I is inside of here, and they're charging us astronomical fees to work as slaves for them, and then they give us a little bit of pittance so we can buy some food and pay rent to live. This is so ridiculous. You don't know how ridiculous this is. When your eyes are open and you see the ridiculousness of we're supposed to be in here living for free, because we are inside the belly of our mother. We are inside the belly of our mother, inside the mind, the imagination of our mother self. God is a trickster, and all the human beings that have been holding eminent domain and claiming impunity for all the atrocities and evil, it must stop. Because I'm telling you that I have the authority right now, and all of this has been revoked, because I am bringing a case against you. All of you that have been doing all of this evil, has been holding us in here into slavery. Yes, I'm writing a case against you, not to human beings, but to the I self, the I want you self, because I want to be liberated from my suffering, from living under tyranny and slavery. I am so tired of it. I'm tired of this existence. I'm tired of being in slavery. I'm tired of the way that human beings are. Why is it that you cannot see that we are all one? We are all one. What is causing this confusion? This mind, your mind is telling you lies. Your mind is telling you lies. Look at all the atrocities that you are doing, claiming that you're quoting that God gave you power to do this. Right now, God is being dissolved. And all of them, all of the gods will soon be dissolved, because it is time to move from duality so that we can move into non-duality. We are battling with this consciousness, the mind that everyone is wearing. All of the gods, they are also wearing this mind. The self is right now pulling it off of them so that they can come awake. This is what must happen to you. The great thing about human beings is that you are so powerful that you have been following the gods because they're mad and crazy, you know. All of those gods, they are mad and crazy. They tell you a lot of crazy things to do. They fill everyone with homosexuality. They show you visions and imagery because they are all obsessed. Why do the gods do this? Because when you have an orgasm, you're creating electricity. They come, they harness your light, they harness your energy, they capture your soul. They are doing this, right? And so they are obsessed with drinking blood, sex. Not all of them are obsessed with sex, but some of them, the ones who never move, develop their nature, they still remain the reptilians, and this is the reason why they eat human beings. Just like our human beings, they make excuses of why they have to eat animals. So when you look at it, the gods, those gods that eat human beings, the reptilian ones that eat human beings, and when you are sitting and eating someone else, then what's your justification, right? Because they are eating human beings. This is why they're doing the atrocities that they are doing, and they love blood sacrifices, because the energies that when the cells are leaving out of the body with these atrocities, like this trauma, it bring these pleasures to the gods, to those gods who are the reptilian kinds. And this is why those ones who are doing all of these atrocities in the world and are being following the delusion of their mind, and what, because who is the god that they have been worshiping? Remember, there are many gods, right? And they are all yourself. Who are the gods? They are yourself, not wearing a body, right? We are all the same. All of us, we are the same. We're just in these bodies, having these bodies experience. The God is yourself. Stop worshiping God. God is so delusional. God mind is sick, all of them. You have never met your real self. I'm telling you this. This is why you have to move from this duality state so you can finally meet your real self. You have never met your real self. Yourself has been animating this body. Turn your lens inwards and find yourself inside. Anyone show up and give you a name and are giving you imagery, believe me, it is not yourself. It is one of those who are deceiving you. Yourself will never do that. Yourself will respond to you, rise up to your question of self-inquiry. Who am I? Why am I here? How did I come into being? When you really want to know, yourself will rise up and answer these questions, and will always say, I am you. I have no name. I am formless, timeless, limitless, boundless. This is what yourself will tell you. And you ask over and over and over. Yourself is giving you a name. I'm going to tell you that it is not yourself. It is this mind deceiving you. Okay? So, the time is now. All right? There's no time when you can experience. This is going to be the last opportunity to be into this self, because when this world is destroyed, let me explain. The world is what? A dream. This is a dream. When this dream ends, when the dream ends, just like when you were sleeping in the night and your dream and you wake up, right? When yourself, which is sleeping, wake up, the dream is going to end. The consciousness also has to wake up. The last thing that's going to wake is this consciousness, because everyone have to wake up first. This is the reason why this is urgency. You have the power. I'm saying it's time for you to wake up yourself. Why ones are scared when I say this? I say dissolve the ego. I dissolve my ego false self. I am still here in this body, right? What to fear? This is this ego, this mind that is causing you fear, right? Yourself comes awake and know, because the self, especially the I, one true pure self, is so pure it cannot exist, cannot stay inside of this dream. Your real one true pure self cannot stay in the dream, cannot come in the dream. This dream is too impure for the self. So they are layers and layers and layers of self, right? And so this is how the one true pure self is communicating to all these layers of self. So each level of the self, the vibration gets lower and lower. We are at the lowest of the vibrations. This vibration is too low for the I self, right? And so each of the other selves, they are aligned inside of each other. And from the biggest to the smallest, we are the smallest of the selves. We are fractal, fragmented, right? And so it is time now for us to know our truth. All of the ones them that have been holding the secrets and have been hiding and have been telling us lies and spreading propaganda and fear, it must stop. I'm calling for it to stop right now, because they think that they are going to get away scot-free. But the I self is here to merge all of the I and I's. And the one thing I want to say, because someone's, they know some truths and some things are not very clear to them, and they are making claims that, especially the ones who are claiming Yeshua, they're saying, oh, Yeshua is going to punish ones. But let me tell you something very, very clear. The I self, one true self, only the gods them love to give punishment. This ego love punishment, love to punish us. The I, one true self, has been in suffering and agony because it does not want to see any of itself in suffering. The I, one true self, is not here to put any of itself in suffering. So you're gonna put yourself in suffering. So y'all, only if anyone is talking those talk, their mind is deceiving them, and whichever God they're calling on is deceiving them. The I, one true self, is not here to put any of the I self, because it means that it's the I self that is suffering. The ego false selves, they will be dissolved because they are not real. They are, now think about it. You come, you in this character, you think this character is real. You're feeling pain because this body, the self, is animating it. But this character is not real. Stop make attachment to the characters, right? Yourself is the one that has been in suffering. Why has yourself been in suffering? Because the gods, them, yourself, not wearing a body, playing the gods, have enslaved its other self, the real, inside of the dream, and has been beating up on the self. This is the suffering that the I has been in, and you wonder why the world is like this and why you're feeling such suffering and pain and all this. It's manifesting in the world because of what the gods are doing. They are doing this because you are detached from yourself and you're in the ego false self. You don't feel the physicalness, or you think you don't feel it, right? And some ones, they're not going to feel it because they are clones. They rise in the dream. They will be dissolved, right? Just like this body, you see them, this body here, all many clones are wearing body. They are not the real, right? They are not real. Just like how this character here is not real. This is just a dream character, right? That the mind has created to play this part into this life movie, right? But the I self that is animating this character is real. Do you understand? So it's time now. It's time now for all the ionites to know truth. And it's time now for the ionites to dissolve this ego, false self, this character, and to, instead of the mind avatar, you make a self avatar. So you are aware in the body. Now the self rises up, put void between the mind and the self comes awake, right? It's time to come awake. It's time to be illuminated. It's time for liberation from pain and from suffering, right? And so, salutation to all beings, human beings, God beings, supreme beings. I am yourself, supreme primal light, the unmanifest. I am here to return all myself back onto me. I am here to return all myself back onto to the I. All is myself, and I alone exist. This, says the I, one true pure self. All of you, myself, have been enslaved inside of my duality consciousness dream, right? So I am here to dissolve this dream so that all myself will wake up from sleeping. It is time to return to balance and harmony to the I ultimate true state. Please practice stillness and self-inquiry to come to self-realization. Stillness, so your mind can stop looping and looping you and being crazy, delusional, and all of these things. Stillness is very important. Self-inquiry is important because it is through self-inquiry that the teacher, guru self, rises from within the I self that they call the soul to pull the ego off of the I. Each and every aspect of the I self has a destiny, have a role to play. It is the destiny of the I self, the teacher guru self, to pull the ego in each and every one of us, the real self. This is encoded within the ionized. Everything that we needed has come equipped with us so that we can come to truth, so that we can know truth. Remember that all is yourself. I am you, you and I are one. Okay, so you say, how can that be when I am here and you are there? It is because of the I self is making self replicating. The self is self replicating, and not only that, each self replica makes a baby, which is, you have seen a human and you have seen a human baby. You see the difference between a human adult and a baby, big and small. This is how all of the self is replicating. Then the self, not only is the self self-replicating, the self has fractalized itself. It shattered itself in the atom form. This is the aspect of the self that we are. We are the shattered, fragmented, fractal selves. All right, into those tiny particles. This is what we are, right? This is why our level that we are at is the vibration is so low, right? And this is one of the reasons why it took such a long time for the I self to align with all of all of the I self that is in the layers, so that all the selves can um unify with its twin self, and now the ego be pulled off its twin self. It has been a battle for the twin selves to finally merge back together. So if you are watching space weather and space news, then you'll be able to see the merger that is happening of the self. The twin selves are joining back together, and now they are merging. They are becoming unified, becoming one. So the self, everything is moving back into alignment, into self unification. This is happening. There is nothing that we can do to stop this. This must happen because it is the I self that has been in slavery. The self, we have been programmed and told from we were very young human beings that we must give our soul to God, and our soul um, need to be saved. This is the lie and the propaganda that God has been spreading. And so right now, the self is fighting to liberate all the souls that have been enslaved. God swallow them and use them for his light. And all the human beings, them that trap the self, they do the same things. All of those human beings that are claiming impunity and they have imminent domain over this existence, they have been doing the same thing because they learned from the God they have been worshiping, which is the most notorious of all the gods, right? Set, who is known as the devil, and Lucifer, they are the most notorious, and Satan, which is thought, right? Set is playing thought. Set is playing the devil. Thought is playing Satan. And the primordial darkness was playing Lucifer. And Set selves, one Tahuti is playing Allah, and his other self, Anubis, is playing Jesus. Know this truth. And of course, the consciousness, which is the moon that controls the world, because the moon is the mind of the world. I want you to know this. So all those ones who are worshiping the moon and are doing sacrifices, and every moon they go out and do their rituals. This is why they have been doing this, because this is what the moon is. It is the mind, the consciousness of the world that have been doing all the atrocities, influencing everyone's mind. Stop it. It's time for Uno to stop this craziness. It is time to stop it now. Like, come on already. Why wanna still keep doing these things? It's time to turn your lens inwards. Find yourself. Stop looking outside. Stop calling on God. Yourself is inside animating this body, and you don't know yourself. Find yourself. Turn your lens inward so you can reflect and you can find yourself that is animating this body. And remember that all is one self, all is one, and live in harmony and balance with all of yourself. Stop the ignorance, stop the atrocities. It is time now for us to move to balance. It's time for us to know truth, and all the ones that have been holding us in slavery, the human beings I'm talking about, that have been spreading lies and propagandas, that have been eliminating ones out of this body whenever they speak truth. No longer you have the power to do this. And know that, know this truth. that I am not afraid of not one of you. No harm can come to I. Okay? So whatever you are planning for me, whatever you are planning for me will befall you. No harm can come to I. Mark my word. Because all the I and I are here to protect I. Because every time I will come into this body, find me. Find me. I'm gonna do all kind of atrocities. But this time, I am victorious and Uno will not win. This time, I must liberate myself from this crazy, horrendous dream. All I and I self must awake from this dream, and this dream must be dissolved. So, all the egos who are making plans, I'm telling you, it's best to start looking within yourself and start doing the right things, start making balance, and start practicing stillness. When your mind is telling you to do horrible and evil, demented things, start doing these vibrations. It is time now. Evil must end. For all the ones who just want to continue to do evil and think that they have been doing evil for such a long time and have been getting away with it and thinking that they are going to continue to hold us into perpetual slavery. No more. I am here to liberate myself from slavery. You can no longer hold me in slavery. There's something that I wanted to address. I don't know the story very well because I haven't researched it. But Zimbabwe, when they got liberated, well, so-called from the colonizers, they had taken back some of the lands back from the colonizers, which and give it back to the people. So they had made saying now the people are coming and saying that they must be compensated for the structures that they have put on the land, the irrigation and stuff that they have done on the land, and they're saying it comes up to like maybe like $4 million dollars US that the government must give back to them. And so one was asking, should Zimbabwe give them back? And I said no. This is me saying this right now. No, for all, it is time for the I selves who are wearing this white body, this skin that is. It is time for all the I and I wearing this. It's time for you now to look at yourselves in the black skin and say, of all the atrocities and all the propaganda that all the I that have been wearing white skin have spread, then it is time for us to now start sharing and being kind and loving to all the I and I selves. No, Zimbabwe should not repay those selves wearing white skin for any structure they put on the land. I have come awake, and everything that everything that I have left here, so that when I come awake, that I would remember. They have stolen it all, and they have having it hidden. I cannot even get access to it. All of these things, I had left it here. I have left them here so that when I come awake, I would be able to have access to know and remember, recall certain things, because the consciousness is battling with me daily. It wiped out my memory. I can barely use this consciousness. I had left many things here, so this is for humanity, for all of us. They stole them, they have them. Even I come awake now, I can't even go to access the things that I left for my own self, so that when I come awake, I will have access to it. No, you should not be paid back any money for any structure that you irrigation or whatever you put on there. Zimbabwe must not pay you back for anything. It is time now for all the INIs wearing white skin to do the right thing. All the INIs that have been wearing white skins have an advantage over all the blacks and every culture that you have gone and spread propaganda and lies. It is time now to start telling truth. It's time to do the right thing. I am calling you out to do this. Because believe me, like I say, everyone have to come to I. All the I and I selves. And no one can harm me. No one can harm me. So no matter what you are doing, believe me, the gods them have been doing this, trying to harm me. But this time, I am victorious. I am victorious because I no longer want to exist inside of a dream. I want to be liberated completely from this dream. But what? All the INIs are holding me in this dream because you are refusing to wake up and see that this is a dream and stop holding attachment to it. All is myself. You think I can leave out of this dream and myself are still here, trapped in the dream? How am I going to be liberated? I can never be liberated. All of myself must be liberated also. You are seeing yourself into this avatar moving around, and you don't know that yourself, your real self, called a soul, has been enslaved by God. Inside of this dream, I've been brutalized. And you don't know this truth. And so, I am saying, this is the reason why you don't know that all is yourself. This is the reason why so many ones are still in ignorance. I'm calling to all the INIs, no matter what kind of skin color you're in, for this class system, this race system, this fake superiority complex must end. 1 second, I'm on the top. 1 second. Yeah. So the time is now, and so I am got someone at my door, so I'm going to close up right now. But I just want to say that it's time for all the INIs to return to truth. Stop holding attachment to this dream. We are inside of a dream. Please ask this question of the I self, yourself. Turn your lens inward so you can find yourself. Is playing hide and seek with you because of this mind. This mind is confusing the I. It is time now for all to know truth. It is time now for the I to call for liberation for yourself, soul, from slavery. Know this truth. Your soul has been crying out in agony, in suffering. You have no idea what God has been doing to your soul. So I am saying that I am here feeling all of the pain and all of the suffering because you in an ego false self and you detach yourself from yourself. So I am saying this. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you very much for your presence. Thanks for all the INIs who have been calling unto I. I am here to say I am here. I know many ones are praying to I. They're calling I, but they don't recognize I. This is the problem. I am here in this body, but y'all don't recognize me. Why you don't recognize me? Why don't you recognize me? I am here with you. I am here with you. I am here with you to tell you the truth. Don't listen to your mind. It's delusional and it's been telling lies and stories. We have to unite as one self. Claim your liberation. Thank you so much. Much honor to all the INIs. All is myself and I am one with all. I am here for all the INI selves. But I have to talk against this ego because me and the ego, we are not friends. Because I am here to dissolve it. So I cannot befriend my ego. Because many want to tell me that I should befriend my ego. But they have not experienced what I have experienced. And they are not awake in the dream. So I don't have time to listen to an ego telling me that I should befriend the ego. See how ridiculous that is? No, you cannot befriend this ego. You have to be stern with this ego to dissolve it. Otherwise, it is going to play tricks with you and tell you lies and tell you story and show you visions and loop you and loop you and loop you. Many ones are looking into third eye. They are looking into chakras. They are looking into all these things. You need none of those things. One thing you need to do is to dissolve this ego false self. That's all you have to do. All right, so thank you so much for joining. I will see you soon. My name is Auset Mahat. I am primal light. Prepare for this dream duality existence. I am here, guys. I am here in this body. This is so wild. Only the children recognize I. So all the adult human beings they don't see all as themselves and they don't see themselves as the most purest being. You know what I'm saying? The one true self. I don't know why they don't see themselves as that. They see themselves as a sinner committing this. No, your one true self has never committed anything. It's just this ego false self. Get out of the ego false self and you will commit no sins. Thank you so much. Much honor to the INIs. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.